Hello, everybody. It's Joey with Valley TCG. Hope everyone's having a good day, a good week. Did you guys miss me? Because I miss you guys. So I've been meaning to make a video for some time now, but unfortunately, I'm in the middle of something these days where it's taking up a lot of my time, and as a result, I have not been able to allocate time to making a video for you guys, even though there's been actually quite a lot going on in the One Piece world. So I want to do that today. Today, I wanted to talk about whether you should buy or be buying Wings of the Captain booster boxes, or even some of the other booster boxes that have fallen in price. So before I go and do that, please like, comment, and subscribe. There's 15 more to go before I hit 100 subscribers, and I do have a pretty interesting giveaway that I wanted to do with you guys. So if you guys you're watching this video, you're not subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate everyone who has been watching and liking and commenting and subscribing. You guys are the best. So, first of all, I guess what I wanted to talk about is what's been happening in the One Piece world. So, if you guys look at this price right here for Wings of the Captain booster box, I mean, we're talking almost rock bottom prices right now. And if you just look at this, right, look at that trend over the last 3 months. I guess this was released maybe 4 or 5 months ago. But yeah, so you look at this, right? So this is pre-sale, and then yeah, I'm assuming right here this drop between $215 a box to $170 a box. That's when the set was released. So you had this flood of inventory in April, and then it stayed relatively steady. And the thing is, One Piece has had, I want to say, 3 waves at this point for OP06. And as a result, this last wave that we've seen really hit the market. And, I think it's whether it's because Bandai decided to print a lot more, or, which I think this is more likely, distributors decided to dump a lot of their inventory to the LGSs. As a result, we've seen this absolute capitulation in box prices. And let me just kind of go through the mechanics of maybe why you're seeing so much supply coming online all at the same time, right? Look at this, guys. So not only do we have some of these sales, which fluctuated around $80, $85 a box for the last couple of days. I mean, look, there's some in the 70s, although this, I believe, had a shipping price tag to it as well. But if you got two, that, it adds up to, or that gets averaged out to both boxes. So you're really looking at, again, rock bottom prices for One Piece OP06 boxes. And the reason why I believe that prices have dropped so much is, I think, quite simple. One, we are sitting in a relatively weak economy. And I think the best barometer from my perspective is probably this. Let's look at Bitcoin price. Right, so we've seen this pretty nice ramp, and people felt relatively wealthy here, spent a lot of money, and but over the last, I want to say, a few weeks, I mean, we've kind of started seeing a flattening out of that price, a lot of volatility. The stock market has been very volatile as well. Even if you just look at, I guess, Google stock. prices have kind of come down over the last, few weeks. And as a result, people just don't really have that much money to allocate to hobbies, right? Especially if we go into a recession, that definitely not going to be buying cardboard, right? You gotta kind of have to pay for your kids, um, sportswear and pay for gas, pay for food, things that are necessary, right? Pay for rent. So as a result, we've seen a little bit more money being pulled from hobbies, and then this is not just One Piece. This has happened kind of across the board. And then we've also had, I think, just generally, because we're in the summertime. I've talked about this before, but allocation of dollars spent, if you're over in Europe or if you're traveling across the country, you're going to Mexico, you're not going to be buying One Piece, right? So dollars are not really going towards One Piece. So as a result, we're starting to see that fade as well. This kind of happens, every single year. I wish these charts went back a little bit longer so I can kind of show you every single year there's somewhat of a divot around this time. And then, not only that, you also have this release of additional inventory coming online. Plus, if you're an LGS and you're looking to, let's say, increase liquidity for the next sets that are coming up, and you're seeing all of this inventory coming online, and you have, let's say, a few cases in the back, you're like, holy crap, One Piece could go to zero. And this happens every single time that there is whether it's fluctuation in the stock market, whether it's fluctuation in cardboard prices, especially cardboard prices, because this is pretty volatile, right? This is a relatively illiquid asset. So when there's a lot of fear in the markets, people tend to sell all at the same time. So you're seeing, look, Core TCG coming online with 54 boxes, right? This is a huge store. If they didn't think they could just dump it immediately, they probably, whether they were offered this, I should say, and they didn't think they could just dump it immediately, they probably wouldn't even have bought this, right? So I think this could be some of their inventory that's been in the back. And as a result, Core or some of these other Big Kahuna games, whoever these guys are, they're like, oh, well, um, maybe I need to just sell this inventory and then we can go buy some Magic or go buy some Pokemon, go buy some other uh, sets in One Piece and Dragon Ball new sets coming out. Maybe I need to clear some liquidity for that. This happens every single time, guys. So people rush to the exits and then prices capitulate, and then once inventory starts disappearing, prices then kind of come back up. And I think the best example for this that I can give you guys is probably, I think, everyone's favorite Sword and Shield set, Evolving Skies, right? So if you guys remember, first of all, look at this. Almost $5,000 for a case, $660 for a box. This used to be closer to $800, but it's kind of come down a little bit. Yeah, $700, $800. So the reason why I want to talk about this is because when the reprint hit for Evolving Skies, and I want to say this is in the middle of 2022, maybe earlier parts of 2022, prices dropped down to as far as $100 a box. And this was 2 years ago, guys. $100 a box. People are buying cases for $600. Very normal prices because guess what? Everyone said, well, Pokemon is reprinting. So therefore, we will need to get out of our position. And I bought a box around 140 bucks. I was really new to the hobby at that point. So I bought a box for $140 off TCG Player. That box is $650 today. I wish I bought more. I wish I bought a case. I wish I bought 1,000 cases, right? I don't want you guys to make the same mistake here with Wings of the Captain. I think this is long term going to be a good box to hold on to. One, you have a wonderful manga rare here in Manga Zoro. You have cards in here right now, right, that you can open and it just pays for the whole box. Multiple cards in here that are getting close to a box's price. And if let's say you get this Altart Zoro and a leader, you already made your money back, and that's really hard to find in in CCGs these days. I should say. So I think that, in my opinion, I would be buying if you can find boxes for relatively cheap. I would be buying, right? I think demand is actually pretty strong. So if you look at all of these guys that are selling, Hobby Addicts, pretty large. Card Shop, obviously Gamers Guild, they're a little bit over. So if you start seeing falling prices, I would just go and buy it. So look at this, right? Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll was selling One Piece at MSRP. Kind of weird. I just want to show you guys this, and they're already sold out, right? This is Smoke and Mirrors Hobby, pretty sizable hobby shop in, I believe, Arizona. They had a limited two. This sold out in just I want to say 30 minutes or an hour, or maybe under that. And they were selling for $80 a box, limit of two. So I bought two. I'm very happy with that purchase. And then if you guys look, if this reprint hits on OP07, this is going to go to that same price that we're seeing for Wings of the Captain. And I think this is going to be just a great box to hold for the long term. I don't think it's going to be as good as OP06, mainly because I don't think manga, this art here for Boa is all that great. I know a lot of people love it, but I think relative to a Zoro manga art, I think most people would probably pick this one. But outside of that, I mean, there's still a lot of playable cards in here, some really cool SPs. If Lucci doesn't get banned or if Black doesn't get banned, this is going to be more expensive long term. And then, these SPs are just really beautiful. People like the Bonnie, people like the Nami. So just broadly, I think this is also going to be a really, really good set to hold on to for the long term. So I just want you guys to kind of keep your eyes out. That's all right. All I really want to talk about here on this subject. I just think that over time we're going to see these boxes skyrocket or do very well. Because I think one set that I should just point to is OPO4. OPO4 right now is $160 a box, right? This was around $70, $80 a box around maybe this time last year. Let's take a look. Yeah, so look at this. Around not even this time last year, not even a year ago. So about like 10 months ago, 9 months ago, this was $80 a box. Now we're sitting at 170, 160 a box. I mean, again, consumers are weak right now. A lot of people are not purchasing for, the holidays just yet. Once that happens, I think we're going to see prices across the board accelerate. So that's all I want to talk about here. Guys, I did want to say just that I will be somewhat on hiatus for the next week and a half. For the same reason why I've been a little bit away over the last week and a half, 2 weeks. And the reason is because I'm currently studying for a exam. I'm not in school. I've been out of school for a number of years now, out of undergrad, I should say. I did do my master's a few years ago, but I've been studying for this one exam, and this exam is supposedly one of the most challenging exams in the world. There's 3 stages of it, and I'm on the last stage. This is called CFA. Uh, Once you're done with all 3, you get to have those fancy CFA designation behind your name. It's for the Chartered Financial Analyst designation. So I'm on level 3. I'm just looking to get it done. Level 1 was okay. Level 2 is very challenging. Level 3 has been just absolutely a beatdown. So I'm hoping to just kind of clear that up. And yeah, guys. So thank you guys for listening to me drone on, and hope to talk to you guys next time. Uh, See you guys later.